Okay, today I'm going to try get Gemini to create an audio visualizer for us in 3D. That may be slightly challenging, but I don't think that's the real challenge here. I want to actually see whether Gemini is going to use the Fourier transform in it, or whether it just codes something to represent the wave files. I want to see if it will match the bass response and the treble response effect accurately using the Fourier transform, or how it is going to do it without me telling it to do so. Okay, it's just finished there. It took 142 seconds. Analyze some errors for another further 51 seconds. Asking me to allow microphone access. So we click allow, and let's see what happens if we click on mic source here. And we can click allow. Let's see if we are having anything shown. No, not working. Let's do cyberpunk rave like it suggests here. And we are not having anything represented. I wonder if we choose a file, will it create anything for us? Okay, nothing was happening there, but I re-prompted it to try get something to happen on the screen. It looks like it's working now. Let's see if we give the mic as an input. Is anything happening? Yes, we've got these dots reacting in a way. It's not exactly how I would like it to be, considering it's not really showing the frequencies, but it is showing volume, I guess. How loud you speak makes the difference. Let's see if we put the music in, what will happen. Okay, and if we reload that, because there's no way to stop the music there. Let's see if we change theme. Let's try a peaceful, see if it does anything here. So it hasn't really made it that peaceful. It's just changed some of the colors to be more muted. I think we can try better, see if we can get it to actually represent the wave files. But before we do that, let's have a quick look at the code now and see how it is analyzing the audio. So into the code, and though it does have a 3D object, it's still very much in 2D, but that's not really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for how it's analyzing the audio. Gonna be in here, map index to frequency. So here it is, seeming to be taking in the audio and then using this analyzer, which I'm not exactly sure where it's getting the analyzer from. There must be a built-in analyzer for audio, and then creating the different data for the frequencies here somewhere. Maybe inside of that it is using the Fourier transform, but not directly here in the code itself. So what I'm going to try and do is get itself to do the analyzing itself. So here it's looking for bass, how big the basses are. So it is doing something with the pitches, but not exactly how we're looking. I also want to get it to stop doing this circle thing. It's not very helpful for us personally visualizing whether it's reacting to the frequencies. So I'm going to have it regenerate things, but in a more visually useful way for us to view it, and also see if I can ask it to put in the Fourier transform for it to analyze the audio with, and then use that to represent the different frequencies within it. Okay, I've got something working here for us. It took me a bit more tweaking, not just actually a bit more tweaking, a fair amount more tweaking. I thought this was going to be a 5-minute project, but no, it has taken me a couple of hours almost of back and forward with the AI to actually get things to work. There was issues with it, but here's the cool thing. It is working. As you can see, that my voice is now being represented by the cubes, and we can increase the sensitivity. And here we have, if I speak louder, you can see it get louder, and if I speak quieter, it gets quieter. So that's very cool. And then we can add in a file here to play. And you can see that's working very well there and representing all the frequency spectrum. And if we increase, we get a more, let's say, 100 glowy lights on the top of them. That's just a visual thing, but like the important thing was it's in 3D as well, which is what we asked for at the start. So very cool that it can do this. And then the main thing that we wanted to look at, if we stop that, we can look into the code. And lots of tweaking to get the sensitivities of the lower frequencies and the higher frequencies to be right. The lower frequencies are overly sensitive, and so had to do some balance in there to make it look visually good. But the important thing was the AI was able to code a fast Fourier transform, which is awesome because that's what I wanted it to do. And so that's this here. All of this code is essentially the transform happening. It's not like the most crazy mathematical function ever in the world to do, but it's still cool that it was able to do it. But I did have to ask for it to do so, and then because it was overly sensitive, it took a lot of tweaking, but now we do have something working very well for us. And yeah, I think that was what I was really trying to get at, is the can it do the maths correctly and create something that looks pretty good for us. And yeah, so happy with this, though it took me far longer than I was expecting.